Good day everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick on the zxspectrum 48K and we're looking at a game called Stop the Express, published by Sinclair Research in 1983. Now hopefully I get used to the controls here because they look a little bit awkward, but the idea is this train has run away, it's been captured by saboteurs and we must go along the top of the train, I believe, then to get to the main engine room and then to stop the whole thing. Now yes, QAZ, EDC and spacebar to release a bird here. So here we go. Wish me luck. So I'm this guy across the top. Jump. Now this is very awkward controls. There's a bird you can catch and apparently you press spacebar. Oops. Yeah, I got hit by an arrow. There's the saboteurs there in red. Now apparently if you hit spacebar after you catch the bird, you can release it on the saboteurs to delay them a little bit. Now across the top you see my time. We see we're on car 19. Once we get to the next one it's car 18, I think. Oh god, well done. And then keep going down until you got to the front. Now don't expect expert gameplay. If you're familiar with the channel you know this. Dodgy gameplay and nincompoop chat, or the other way round. And it's all about how you would have found the game on your first or second go. Would have been enough there if you want to go and play it again. Now at the moment, oops, oh good ducking there. I've hit the right key. Well, could get a bit frustrating this, but let's just see how far I go. It's scrolling okay. Bit of parallax across the top there. Right, okay, so I'm on car 16. Car 15, no, didn't go down. Oh man. Now, occasionally, I think on later levels you can drop down into the actual carriages themselves, and you have to do combat with the various stuff that's about. Good luck, me. It's game over again. Now, I don't have any pokes for this game. Also come out on the Commodore 64. Yes. So let's just see how far I can get. I do like the character with his big yellow hair. That's interesting. It's got it's a character with multiple colours on, which is a bit rare for this era, especially in 1983. So they've done quite well here. The saboteurs are all in red. That's not too bad. So it's all about timing here, collecting birds and releasing them on your saboteurs, which I haven't seen to get work so far. If you completed the game, let me know. There's a number of levels here, but a nice fun... Oh, caution, what does that mean? It means don't fall down there. Probably means something was going to turn up. But I've only got to about... That was about car 15 I got to there. So I do need to improve by quite some way. There's thousands and thousands of zxspectrum games. We're slowly going through all of them. Well, that's the attempt anyway, if I live long enough. But we've almost reviewed up to 1,000 zxspectrum games, yes. So if you want to check those out, you won't have enough time to check them out. But if you haven't checked all of them out, let me know. But yeah, if you want to check them out, they're in the playlist. To get there, you click on my username. That takes you to the channel page. Come duck. Then click on playlist tab and Spectrum will be there along with a number of other systems. It's all about beating stress. It's not, as I say, we have a brief look at the introductions. I don't read it word for word. Sometimes I get people that don't quite understand it doing a big long thing. Sometimes I get people that the only time they ever post is to say stuff I'm doing wrong. Well done you. You're a bundle of fun, aren't you? Never say anything positive, but don't worry about that. Go. I try and answer all the comments, but obviously there's some I don't tend to answer that quickly. Oops, I've got hit by a saboteur again. Stress bust stress. Right. Right, let's keep going and going. Game over, dude. Right. Will I get any better on this? Well, I can't guarantee it. So this is pretty reflective of what my first go would have been. Is there enough there for me to want to go back? Well, at the moment, I like the theme of the thing, so maybe a little bit. A joystick might be a little bit easier, maybe. I'm doing it on keyboard because my joystick is broken again. No, that isn't a euphemism. It's the actual joystick itself. Right. Now, what I don't seem to be able to be doing here, as well as the game, is when I've collected that bird, if I turn around, I can press spacebar, and that releases the bird to fend off the saboteurs behind me. So that might be interesting to buy a bit of extra room, but I haven't been able to execute that at all so far. But if you do, that will probably make the game a whole lot easier. See, the train's only scrolling when I move forward, so you could try and buy a bit of time. I'm just going forward and forward. The time is ticking down. Oh, the time is ticking down rather quick there, so you can't hang around. Go. Lives represented on the top right, so you've got one life left after this. Right, my favourite jumping along a train game is probably Express Raider. Check out that one if you haven't already. Express Raider's a good game. It's not as colourful as this one, that's for sure. And the only other one I can think of is Merry Christmas from Horace, where Horace, good old Horace from Horace and the Spiders, is collecting presents and so forth. Right, this is my last go. I'm pretty confident I won't get off the first level here, but if I practice and practice and practice, I probably would do. It's one of those games you're going to get a little bit further well, I say each time, I'm not. Every so often you'll get a bit further, and then you'll like twig the game and get used to the timings. As a kid, I would have found it a little bit frustrating, I think, so if I had a few games in the box, or the fabled C90 tape, which none of us had, of course, we don't into illegal copies, then I probably would have loaded something else, and I could have quite easily forgotten about this. If I didn't say whereabouts on the C90 tape it was, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been crying in the playground. I wouldn't have been too disappointed. It's not a Ghost and Goblins. Ghost and Goblins is very, very difficult, but it had that sort of like allure to the thing. So I'm not really getting any better. So this train is the ITA Express. Don't know if that stands for Italy, or I take antelopes, or whatever it could be. It could be something like that. 1983, so a very early game. It's in the early 80s, my favourite era of gaming. Pocket money was limited, so I only had like a few games, although I got a few presents. They tended to be the ultimate games, the well-known games. It's only going back with nostalgia. Just coming up to all these ones that I missed out on, never knew existed. I mean, it's a very rich catalogue, the ZxSpectrum, probably, citation needed, probably the biggest catalogue of anything. Reviewing Atari 2600 games as well, it's quite possible I might review all of them ever. Commodore Amiga, a little bit bigger. Commodore 64, bigger than that even. Spectrum, it just goes on forever, and there's still homebrews being made. Every Wednesday we look at a homebrew or a mod, which is good to see. As I've hit the tracks again and gone spinning around. So don't do this in real life. So you know what to do in this game, don't you? Although I'm not playing it very well. You start off on the carriage at the back of the train. You've got on top. The train's run away because it's been duffed up by saboteurs. That's the technical term. You must go all the way to the front to the engine room, and then I think defeat whoever's there, or maybe stop the train. And it's simply called Stop the Express. Not a newspaper. It is a train in this regard. So my goes are going thick and fast here, more thick than fast, really. Good graphics on the characters, I say. Good animation there, would have captured a kid's imagination. The good choice of colours, the display is good. It's just a little bit tricky for nincompoops like me, but you get the timing, and I think you'll be quids in. So we'll have just one last go. Maybe I'll complete the whole thing. Big hello to you, massive thank you to the subscribers, and huge thank you to the members as well. I think you are super cool. If you're watching these live as you go up, this is on a Saturday. There'll be another game a bit later on. We tend to do 2 ZxSpectrum games on a Saturday, and that's been like that for years, really. Years and years and years. So thank you for people that have stayed with me for that length of time. Right. Sound is a bit weedy, but you know, it's 48k caution. Yes. Nincompoopery. I'm good at falling on the tracks, really, and rotating round and round and round. Well done me. Right, don't go to the loo. This is a tip. Don't go to. I don't know why. Don't go to the loo when the train is on the train. When it's at the station. Don't know why. Perhaps it means they haven't got a septic tank. It just dumps it onto the track. What a nice thought. What a nice thought there was. Apparently there's a lot of tomato plants that grow on train tracks. I've never seen one because of that. Because people eat the tomato sandwiches and then go to the loo. Tomato seeds go right through the body and grows tomato plants. Well, there you go. I don't know. That's a fable. I saw it on a show. I heard it on a show called QI. It might be rubbish. It might be a fable. I don't know. So basically, jump them down. We're not talking about tomatoes now. Duck to avoid these things. Probably go left, well, back, right a bit as well. These saboteurs can jump over everything. Don't know why they just don't shoot me. They got nice hair. Duck. And other assaulted birds and wildlife. So this is about as far as that's about as far as I get, really. That first sort of like magenta post thing. I suppose if you jump and hit that, you're absolutely doomed. Doomed to Betsy. I said that was my last go, didn't I? What's the term? Oh dear. I aim the reviews to be about 10 minutes. If you're still there, then well done. I think I might risk another quick go, maybe, or maybe I just leave this in demo mode. Anyway, yes, top score. Hasn't recorded one. I don't know why. Why isn't it recording my top score? Maybe it says it's not worth recording my top score. Anyway, time ticking down in the middle. Cars you're on. I got to about, what did I get? About 15 or 14. 14 if I'm going to be very kind about the thing. But realistically, yes. It looks like only about 2 saboteurs go across each time, their maximum. It's probably best, I think, is to do it on the joystick, because the keys, you only notice if you're doing this rule, the keys are a little bit awkward. But anyway, one last go for luck, one last hurrah. Let's see how far I get. Everything I've learned so far, which is practically nothing. I don't know what this guy's name is, but he's wearing a green jumpsuit. If you're also wearing a green jumpsuit, then comment below. Well done you for wearing a green jumpsuit. The Spectrum palette is unmistakable. It's very, very, very bright. If you grew up with it back in the day as I did, or you've got used to it by now, you know what to expect. If you're used to some of the other 8-bit systems and haven't looked at Spectrum, like Commodore 64, Amstrad CPC, BBC Micro tends to be a bit bright as well, but it looks at those other ones, you think this is very garish, but for a specky person growing up through childhood, this is basically what computer gaming was all about, and I absolutely love it. It had about the standard colours across the top. You can use a functional bright one. It gave you a slightly different shade there, but it's not a great deal of colours to work with, but that's what gives it its sort of like appeal, really. Boof. Right, go. Right, I'm gonna complete the game this time, am I? Car 16, car 15. Go. Duck. Come on, duck. You've got the timing. Car 14. I really need to turn around and shoot those saboteurs. Whoop. Oh no. Yeah, that's my bit I keep getting stuck on at the moment. So, you know, back in the day, if I kept playing back, eventually I would have got past that and thought, yippee. And once in a blue moon, I think I would have completed level 1 and got to the next train. And that's when it gets a bit more involved. We need to drop into the carriage and fight other stuff and do other bits and pieces. But this is supposed to be the easy stage, as I fall to my death yet again. So I hope you like having a look at that one. A bit frustrating, but enough there, colour-wise and design-wise, for you to want to go back and at least have a few goes. Not as frustrating as some other games, but it has got that level there. And I suppose that's what, at the end of the day, adds addictiveness for some people. So hope you like having a look at that game. That was Stop the Express on the zxspectrum 48K, published by Sinclair Research in 1983. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.